Hello and
Hello.
good morning, Cayman Live TV, and good morning, Mark Lawrenson.
Good
I'm
morning.
very excited to be here with you this morning. You're the first artist I'm interviewing for Cayman Art Week. Mostly, we had
Awesome.
a chance to speak with Natalie, who's very passionate about the whole project. But I'm always excited about the artists and all the great things you guys are doing. Mostly because I'm jealous and have no talent of that kind. But
Oh, I don't believe that.
oh, believe it, believe it. I'm not one of those that I can't sing and then like I bust out Whitney Houston or something. No, no, no. You'll cover your ears. So
I'm sure. We'll see you in the next year's Art Week.
oh yes, for sure. Yeah, I will be one of the pop-up exhibits, guaranteed.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes. So before we get started, I wanted to show people a little bit about the type of art you do or how you gather your materials because I think that's really cool.
Awesome.
So let's show this
Let's have a
fantastic
look.
video.
Bossy, bossy. I came to rap it up, do my thing. Sabi put me on the gram and remix thing. Full Chai Wiley with the Pacino flow. Godfather part 2, call me De Niro. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. Disrespect, man, get a slap on the chin. Man a king in a top, bout Larry, man a big DJ, Ox, Megan and Harry. Boss, yeah, man a bossy. I make a girl melt like a toasty. I'll be this way someday, and I write for myself, no ghosting.
Needs a boy got money in a bank and ready for roll and blaze up this tank and got the girls from Taiwan to Hong Kong. The girl them champion.
Bossy, bossy.
All right. So that last little girl is your boss, I imagine. Yes.
Yeah, it's my little. Well, she was little in that video, but yeah, she's
I know.
definitely getting a much bigger now. But yeah, oh my God, she absolutely loved that. One, she's still got the pink tracksuit, even though it doesn't fit her, but she doesn't want to throw it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that video. It's one of my favorite ones. We loved the song at the time, and we thought,
Oh, yeah.
we want to run with it. And we actually had Jason Kennedy make the video for us.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
so yeah, it was kind of fun too, because it was just like, oh yeah, so yeah, we're gonna get a shot like this, we're gonna get a shot like that, and oh yeah, could you play it like a guitar? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
awesome. And you guys all, I mean, you work hard, but you enjoy it as well. And that's really awesome that you guys share that, you and your wife, Pam.
Yeah, we do. So it's funny, we were talking. Obviously, Art Week was a big start of it was last night. We were at the Bird, and we were actually talking to a lot of people. So a lot of people were saying that, how do what do you guys do? How do you do it? Where do you get the time? Myself and Pam have day jobs, so we can't. This is basically, we do this in the evenings and on the weekends. But we were telling everybody, and I know Pam's going to hate me for this, but a little insider knowledge. So what we do is we actually set up the boards that we were working on in our living room. And what we do is, rather than putting something on the TV that you end up watching and you forget to do the
Yeah.
artwork, we put on stuff that we can listen to, but we
Yeah.
don't really have to watch. And our go-to is Paternity Court. And it's
Paternity
awesome.
court?
You don't have to watch it, but it's so interesting. So they'll have it where someone will be like, you are the father, and me and Pam like, ooh.
So drama while you create some art.
Oh, you know what? It's more in the fact that we if we get in the zone, we just we get on with it and we just keep on going. Sometimes we put music on sometimes. I'll get to the point we've been through like 2 or 3 albums of listening to people's music, and then I'll get to the point where we're like, oh, okay, we'll try something else. But yeah, so our guilty pleasure is Paternity Court, listening to that while making the artwork.
Yeah, I can't. I did Jerry Springer for a while, and then that was it.
Well, it's much better than Jenny. But it's funny as well, because we even tried that. We thought, these ones are pretty good. Let's see if the old time stuff. But that one's more of like kind of actor stuff. Some of the other ones that we were watching is pretty good. But it's fun because what we we try and find a balance of what we have to do. So sometimes we'll put a movie on, me and Pam will just sit there and we'll cut out fun little characters or anything that we know we're going to put into the artwork, or we go through magazines and we try and find just the colors. Or it could be that, or we could be setting up plastic bottle caps. We're getting them ready for install. One of the other ones that we're kind of messing around with at the moment is we get a lot of stickers from the book loft.
Okay.
So this is where we get all our stuff. We get stuff from all the thrift shops, and but what happens is a lot of the times, say the book loft, they'll have it where they'll get magazines that come through and it'll have stickers in them, but some of the stickers are already used, so no one's really going to buy a sticker book that's about half the stickers are already gone. These normally go into the bins off, getting thrown away. So we collect them, and so right now we're going through magazines. So we got a lot of Disney magazines, we got a lot of Sesame Street magazines. These are ones that normally, or comics, these are the ones that normally kids will draw over and crayons and everything like that, and they're destined for the dump if they're donated. So we take them, we cut them all up, and then we make them into kind of fun, cool artwork.
Yeah. So if you hadn't figured out, Mark Lawrenson and his wife Pam, and probably his daughter as well, I'm sure is putting in her contribution by now. They create upcycled work. So whenever you go to a restaurant, or you've had at the National Gallery as well, but if you look around and you see a really cool piece of art that's made out of Legos or tiny little we don't have McDonald's here, Burger King toys, that's your art. And it's really awesome because, I would say anyone can make something beautiful out of something beautiful, but I can't even do that. But the fact that you make something beautiful out of something that is now considered trash, and instead of it ending up in our landfill, it actually becomes like a cool portrait of a rock star, or all the different things that you do.
Well, the parrot that I've got right here is it looks like a picture, and this is my wife at her best. So I kind of make the crazy. You can tell that it's recycled. You can tell that it's little bits and pieces. Whereas Pam, she made this parrot fully out of magazines, so it has more of a kind of photorealistic kind of picture to her. But it's all magazines.
So she's taken upcycled into fine art kind of thing.
And that's the fun part. So a lot of people always know me for Stoked, but they don't understand that it's me, my wife, and my business partner Kevin. So Kevin does more of our online website and sales and everything like that. Pam does the very fine art. She's very detailed, right into the super realistic kind of style. With me, I like to play around and have it where I like to use colors. I like to go crazy, and if it stands out that you can see the toys and everything like that, but you can still play around with it and it makes an image fantastic. Whereas Pam likes to get those beautiful details, and so then you have to really guess: is it a painting? Is it a recycled artwork? Is it a photo? A lot of people don't know that people are using magazines to make artwork now. So a lot of people, especially last night, thought that this parrot was a painting. So it was kind of really fun to then see the reaction, saying, "Oh my God, wow, that's only made out of magazines. There's nothing else."
So like basically, she collects. I don't know, the mic is giving me an issue. She collects like pieces of. So she uses magazine colors as paint in a way. Like she.
Well, there's a crazy method to the madness.
Okay.
So what happens is when we collect the books from the book loft. So we basically take the first book and we just start cutting it up. So if we go normally for like images of like faces or cartoons first, and we cut them out, and then whatever's left would be maybe white background, green background, red, and then so what we did is we turned our spare bedroom into like a library. So it's just full of bookshelves, and it's got all these little plastic containers, and when we're cutting everything out, we try and separate them into colors after we've cut them. And then once we're done, we actually spend some time trying to organize them, put them away into the right shades. So we have like light blue, medium blue, dark blue, turquoise blue. There's all the different blues in different packets. So then what happens is when we go to make an artwork, we actually then decide on, okay, how are we going to do it? What kind of color scheme are we going to go for? Are we going to go crazy bright colors with this? Are we going to go photorealistic? Then all the colors are already made. They're already cut into the just from going through all the different magazines. At first we had it where it's just one was green, one was red, one was blue. And then we found out that every single time that we then had to do an artwork, we had to then sieve through that box to find the right colors. So then we said, all right, we have to separate them even further and further. But we don't only just do that for the magazines. We do it for buttons. We do it for plastic toys. We do it for Matchbox cars. So we have just bookshelves after bookshelves after bookshelves in this one room, and it's one's only for buttons. One's only a set's only for magazines. A set is only for there's one of our bookshelves is dedicated only to Disney. Now I don't. We get them all from the book loft, but I don't want to brag. I think I've got every Disney book known to man, even the old ones. And what we do is we set them all up as like on a bookshelf, but then underneath it then has it where it's okay, Aladdin, and then it's got Jungle Book, and then it's got Beauty and the Beast, and everything, and it's all cut in all the different characters. And the idea is that we can then have it where when we make an artwork, we can then use them to make up something. So yeah, it's a little bit of fun there. I don't know if your microphone's working.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yes. I was saying that you guys are organized hoarders, is what you sound like.
Well,
I'm just joking. I know it's your supplies.
No, it 100% is. It totally is. It's definitely it's funny as well because when we first started doing this, the house, the spare bedroom, because Pam was saying to me, she's like, "You're not doing this to the house. If you're going to do it, spare bedroom, that's fine." And it was just boxes, and we'd walk in one way and we'd have to, we couldn't turn around. We have to reverse out the same way. So Pam actually, one night while we were cutting all the stuff out, made me watch one of those hoarding TV shows, and said, we don't have rat poo and all like kind of weird stuff all over the place. It was one room that was just full of boxes, and she said, basically, if you don't start doing something with it, it's going to start getting worse and worse and worse. So we went out and bought I think it was 24. Close to 30 bookshelves. And, yeah, well, it looks just like a library. You go in there and it's just like bookshelf. It's and then you have a little passageway between them all, and it's more in the fact that we can go in. I know where everything is, but what happens every week we collect a box from the Humane Society thrift shop, which is all the plastic toys and the little bits and pieces and Monopoly boards and stuff like that. And in the same week, we're still collecting boxes from the book loft, because at the end of the day, they're going to be throwing this in the bin every week because they get so much stuff coming in. So the idea now is that once we do collect these boxes, we bring them in, and normally it's the same day or the day after. We sit there and we take everything out of the box. It's like a potluck. We don't know what we're going to get. And then we sort it onto the shelves to make sure that we have it stored away properly, rather than just having it where we dump in this room and it builds up and builds up.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear. There's someone drilling outside. I guess he didn't know I was live. No respect.
You know what's happened? He's done it, right? And he's went, oh, that's best.
Sorry, come again?
I said he's probably done it and then realized, I better stop. I just remembered.
Yeah. No, they're doing work all over the house for the last 2 weeks, and I have teenagers in my house at all times. So I have no house. I'm just homeless, yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say, I sort my Skittles into colors. So
Oh, yeah. But you know, it's a funny thing as well, because Pam then turned around to me. She's like, like now that we're doing it, it's like almost like you're OCD. And I said, it's not OCD. It's more in the fact that if I don't do it, it'll get to the
then
point
it'll
where
be
it's
waste at your house.
uncontrollable.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people actually throw, or donate and get rid of a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
it's crazy as well, because you put the responsibility on the thrift shops on if this is going to go to the dump or not.
Yeah,
So then,
I know. Believe
so
me,
they
I
are
was in charge
then,
of a thrift shop for a while.
yeah, no, of course, and then so then they have their recycling ways, and what they want to try and do to solve their issue. So I'm
Right.
happy to be the next part in the chain there, and obviously it does work because we're able to do so many different kind of fun art pieces. So it works very well.
Yeah, maybe we should ask the fast food places not to get all those plastic little toys as well.
Well, it's some of them are. Let me see if
Well, I got like literally this weekend. I got like a bag like this, and it's like a puzzle, but it's like all like, and it's just like, yeah, I can't even imagine a child doing that. So it's just gonna end up.
But you know what's so funny? That my little girl always asks for the kids meal, because it
Yeah,
knows it comes with a toy. She'll play with the toy for 10, 15 minutes, and then she's 5, and then that's it. She doesn't. There's no need for it anymore. And then so what we do is we 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 buy a lot of the stuff from the thrift shops, and then we have it where we try and have it where if she likes the toys or she wants to play with the toys, fantastic, we let her play with it. If not, we then store it in the room. But then we also try and keep track of how long she roughly plays with it, if it's something that she does enjoy. Like, she went through a Pokemon phase, which is funny because it comes and goes. It'll get to the point where she loves Pokemon, she'll play with it for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden there's just no, she blanks, it doesn't
she's
really care.
over it.
So the fun part of that is we do test her, because we do. Someone said, "I hope you don't use your little girl's toys in your artwork," and I said, at the time we didn't. Now she's had so many toys as it is. She doesn't play with a lot of them now. So we actually now, same thing as the second that she's kind of given up, and we'll talk to her as well. We'll ask her, "Oh, well, you don't play with these ones anymore?" She, "Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm not interested in those." Fantastic. We put them right into the spare bedroom, put them in with all the rest of the stuff.
You'll have to send
But
me photos of this. I want to see this sorting.
yeah, definitely. And then, but it's fun as well because my little girl's right into Hatchimals, which is these bright colored little
Oh,
small
yeah,
little eggs with little toys in them. And
yeah.
so it's funny because sometimes she'll give up on them. But the other day she said to me, she's like, "Oh, Daddy, I really want to get those. Play with my Hatchimals." And it's great because if it was up to her, they'd be in different boxes and they'll be all over the place, and she wouldn't know where they are. I just went into the room. There they are, all in one box. Bring them out. Happy as Larry. She played with them
I
for a
thought you were
couple
gonna
of
have to
days.
ask her what color.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, they're all different colors, and the fun part is we're growing that collection at the moment, especially picking a lot up from the thrift shops. Because at one point, I actually want to make a portrait of my little girl made out of the
Oh, the
Hatchimals.
Hatchimals. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah. So when she's older, it's the toy that she's really got she's enjoyed the most, kind of thing.
Yeah,
We use them as little bribes over COVID for her to learn the piano and
yeah.
behave herself, and where she's well behaved.
Rewards. A bribe means that they don't have a choice.
Well, it was more like during COVID, we would tell her, okay, you have to eat your lunch and your dinner, and there's no if, buts, or maybes, or Daddy, just 2 more bites and I'm done. You have to eat all your lunch, all your dinner, and you have to do your homeworks. We were teaching her Spanish. She taught her how to play the piano, and all it was just this little toy. And we said to her, every single time, if you do it within the day, the next morning you get this little toy. And yeah, it worked. We had hundreds of them anyway from the thrift shops, so we had them sitting there, and I mean, she absolutely loved it. So yeah, it was just
Yeah, my
like I
daughter,
said,
and she's 14 now, but she was very into like the little toys, like the little pet shop and
but it's
little.
funny as well because it's amazing what people throw out. We have like some like super old, they're out of the box, but like Star Wars toys, and I was like,
Oh,
amazing. Yeah, super cool.
yeah.
We had we get so much Lego to the point where I think now I've got about 400, 500 Lego men. And so, you know, I think I've got all the Star Wars ones that's just been in the boxes that we get from the thrift shop. And it's funny because I said to them, I said, well, you know, you could put this together as a set and it would be worth, you know, $100 or $200. But then it's for them to take the time to go through to make sure every little piece is there. So it gets to the point they throw it in a box. They'll say, okay, $50 for the box. Boom, done. And then so I go in there, pick it all up. I don't like to mess around with the Star Wars pieces because I know people would enjoy them. At one point, I would like to put them back as a set. But the other miscellaneous ones, we make them into frames and pixelation artwork, which is one of my favorites.
And do you sell some of that on your website or?
Well, it's funny. So Kevin's in charge of the website. We haven't really updated it for a while because we do a lot more of like we do bamboo sunglasses and kind of fun towels and all the rest of stuff like that. So he focuses more on that. But we are in the process at the moment of creating a gallery website where it's not going to have the sunglasses and stuff on there. But you could go in there and you could see the whole collection of what we've done. We've got USBs and hard drives so that we keep all of our pictures of all of our different artworks and where we've been and what we've done and everything like that. So we just need the time to really put it all together and upload it all.
Sorry,
no, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's fine.
Well, so in terms of Cayman Art Week, you have an exhibit at the Bird and at Silverside, correct? Yeah.
So we originally were contacted about showcasing at our studio. Now our studio isn't a studio; it's a warehouse. That's just, chock a block.
Oh yes, yeah.
We actually the studio, the warehouse space that's in the video is my warehouse that we store everything in. So the stuff that we fixed up properly in my house is nice, nice looking stuff. Whereas in my warehouse, it's still boxes after boxes. We've got the old Margaritaville sign that's it's in there. We've got bins. Who's
getting the flip flop? Have you seen the flip flop?
You know what? I was really hoping that it would be like like the botanical gardens with all the blue iguanas. I was hoping that would go down there, and I thought that would be cool. Because one, it's blue, right? Yeah. But I thought it'd be cool because there's a new kids park down there. And I thought, but don't get me wrong, it has been damaged because when they moved it, they just drove a forklift into the bottom base of the flip flop. The bottom base just needs to be fixed, and I think that's easy to do. But then again, trying to get that big thing down to the botanical garden, it's funny.
Well, a lot of anyone could do it. It would be you, and you would probably be the only one to get permission to.
I'd love to do something that would be
like a climbing kind of. If you put
something fun. It could even be like even almost like a giant dartboard, and you just shoot kind of fun, cool darts at it. I don't know, but a lot of people, they don't understand is that once you do create something that big, unless it does have a forever home, which it did at the start, until sadly, it had issues with the hotel. But once if it doesn't have a forever home, it then sits there, and it's more of a pain to deal with than it is. Like, either you demolish it and you destroy it, it becomes trash, or you have to be creative and try and find fun ways to be able to
reuse it
or house it. And we learned this with the Jimi Hendrix, the one that we made out of like 13,000 plastic bottle caps, and that was with us and Plastic Freaky Man. Now, it was a huge success. It was amazing. It worked very well. But what happened was we didn't think about it to start with. We thought, okay, we want to make a really cool mural for Kaboo. We want to have it where it stands out. We want people to really enjoy this thing. But once it was all done, we realized, oh my God, it was, where's it going to go? Originally, it was meant to be bought by one of the owners of Kaboo, but it was too big to fit in his gallery. So I realized from then, you can't get it in a building because even on the diagonal, it can't fit. So it has to stay outside to then find other places that are willing to put it up or attach to a building. And so it's been sitting in my warehouse for a couple of years now, and there's been talks of fun installations for kind of cool houses and everything like that. At one point, me and Pam were talking about actually properly building a gallery. So if we don't hear much from anything else, we're actually going to install it into our gallery before we put the walls in, or basically trying to find its forever home. But it's the same thing with the flip flop. It's so big that unless there is somewhere to actually put it, now, it could be a cool monument somewhere. You know what I mean? Like in Georgetown, it could be
Maybe next to the flip flop park.
it could be it could be a fun interesting piece, because it's funny as well as the person that made it on the plaque said that it was untitled and they don't know who is the creator, which is weird because obviously they had to get it from somewhere. But it's a cool fun piece. I think especially if they were to rally around some artists and say come up with some ideas and let's see what we can do with this. I think it could actually potentially be something really cool for the Cayman Islands.
Yeah. Or get a really big person to try to wear it home.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I'm surprised Foots from Cayman Brac hasn't worn it yet. Right. I met Foots and he's a size 17, so I'm very sure it's almost his size.
Yeah, nearly. Oh man.
But yeah,
well, yes.
I was just going to say as well. So I know you were talking about obviously the Cayman Art Week, and that's one of the reasons we're on here. I was very impressed.
Catching up.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. I've been super impressed actually with the idea and the concept for Cayman Art Week.
Mm-hmm.
It was it's amazing, one, to see how many awesome creative artists there are here in the Cayman Islands. I think especially for the population, we must have a larger population of creative people than a lot of
and distinctive art,
Of course. And yeah, exactly. They're all unique in their own way, and I loved that there was a way, and obviously thank Natalie for this, for being able to bring everybody together. One of the things that I enjoy is not only just talking to people that enjoy artwork, but actually being able to have the time to speak to other artists. Mm-hmm. Everybody's busy in their own right, and they have their own things that they're doing, but to actually be able to sit down for a night and one, talking about art, but two, sitting there and saying, oh, so how are you doing? What you been up to? Oh, it's great. I love your stuff as well. And then they come up with their concepts and how they create their artwork, and sometimes it's totally drastically different from what I do. So it's nice to talk to people and find out what they're doing and everything like that. So it was, last night was amazing. We saw so many people come out. Tonight is the Georgetown event, where it's going to be for Georgetown. I think it's amazing. I think Georgetown should be an art hub, almost like Wynwood kind of thing, where we can allocate, and it would be amazing to have be able to walk to multiple galleries in such a small area, and especially to do these type of art themed events. So one, I'm looking forward to next year, because I know there was over 80 artists that did it on this year's event. I'd love to see what we can do for next year.
Yeah, because this was not even with I don't know what's going on with my mic, and I don't want to. Hold on, give me a second.
It's probably all that drilling.
It's something. It's never done this. Just like it never. The fact that you were in a room and I was not. That was so.
It's all right. Oh, but yeah. So yeah, it's like I said, it's been a great experience. It's been phenomenal ideas. I really hope that this is a part of Georgetown moving forward, and I'm really excited to see what happens tonight.
Yes. Hold on. I don't want to. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. There. It's gone. Okay. No. Yeah. I'm very excited about that, and I think it's good to get invigorated, or even look forward to next year. Like start thinking as an artist, like what do you want to do? And I think someone else is coming on for a live stream with April. So anyway, um, basically, I think it's a great concept. I grew up in Miami, so I was around Art Basel, and and I did not grow up in Wynwood. Wynwood was over town, and I would have never stepped foot in there. Uh,
Really?
yes, no, it blows your mind because no, where Wynwood is was over town. No, I mean, unless you were going to get something you shouldn't, or like no one went there. And then I show up a few years later, and um, basically this place is completely transformed. And we were just talking about the fact that, like, I mean, you literally go one block outside of Wynwood, and it's not a safe area at all, but it seems to coexist somehow.
But
Like,
see, and don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's a great transition from obviously they didn't know what to do with it, and now they're doing something very creative with it. Whereas I believe Georgetown could be. I'm not saying Georgetown's a bad place or is an unsafe
no, at
place.
all,
It's
no.
very safe, and it's what I like about Georgetown as well, which maybe a hindrance as well is that not many people live in Georgetown. They live on the outside parts of the suburbs, so it is very safe when it comes to being able to go down there and doing a lot of stuff. But I do feel that I'm looking forward to seeing the numbers that come out tonight just to see what it's like. But to have that footpath where you can go between, different galleries, it almost feels like you're in, Europe somewhere or Paris, where it's, you walk down one street and there's about 20 different galleries that you can easily pop in. You can have a look, get inspired. You could enjoy it. There's I know tonight there's going to be drinks and appetizers and everything like that. So they're going to make a proper event out of it, which is great. And I really hope that is something that they put aside and said, all right, or even incentives to help people, make sure that we can set up some sort of art scene or a bigger art scene in the Cayman Islands. Because I know National Art Gallery has been doing an amazing job over the years, showcasing artists and really putting them in the forefront. Whereas it's almost like we have to, as a nation, we have to try and figure out ways as well to showcase that, we have some of the most creative people in the world, and it's a small
Absolutely.
island, and it's an amazing place to be.
Yes. I'm nervous to speak into my microphone. What is happening? Oh,
It's
dear.
okay. It's fine. I can hear you.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
do I sound like a dragon, or
No,
do I sound
no,
normal?
no.
Oh, so I sound normal too.
Yeah, yeah. You sound normal.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, now it sounds better. I don't know what's happening. Just one of those days. Just gotta smile.
that's it.
That's all you can do. Well, I'm very excited. I'm, with Cayman Life TV, we're hoping that this can be a platform for artists as well as a way to generate revenue. And as you were saying that you were looking at having a digital art gallery of sorts, like we can have a digital art opening for you through our platforms, because we are on Logic Channel 33, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And we'll always be free to watch.
Awesome,
Yeah. So, and our stuff is different. We don't have competition because we're not drama. We're lifestyle and education.
awesome.
So, yeah.
No, that's great.
So we get,
I
yeah.
love what you're doing. I think it's a great way to promote people and push some people out in the forefront. And like I said, I'm looking forward to watching the other artist interviews that you have. It's funny. There's actually, and I do know quite a few of them, but there's a few names that are on the list that I've never met,
Do
and
you don't know?
I don't know
Oh,
those people. And then, but it's funny as well because I see their artwork and I love a lot of their artwork. So then to try and put a face to the name is a big thing. So yeah, I'm excited to see, like I say, the the crowd tonight, and
yeah, the vibe.
obviously then be able to speak to it with a lot of other people. So tonight we're actually going to be at Silverside. Last night was our recycled artwork with the bird. Tonight with Silverside is going to be Pam's paintings and then some of my prints. So it's all Cayman themed kind of style artwork. So we go a little bit more on the pop art side. Obviously, the recycled artwork, we keep it within the same theme, but we've been trying to focus more on Cayman style artwork. I know a lot of people do like the sunsets and the beautiful beach views and everything like that, but we've been trying to find more creative ways to do pop culture with Cayman themed designs.
Yeah, because I've seen like the Queen. It's doing a very loud noise. Does it not sound loud for you when I speak?
No, you sound great. You sound great.
I
Yeah.
sound normal. Okay. It's like it's like a dragon in my ear. It's like.
Oh, really?
Anyway, yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why I do. I'm like, sorry, I got distracted. What were you? What was the last thing
you were talking about the stamp print?
Yes, the stamp print. Yes, the Queen. I was thinking of the Queen of England and the stamp.
I've got a really fun story
Is
about
that the
that.
Queen of?
So yeah, it's originally it's a very old Cayman stamp. It's like a 1960s Cayman stamp. And originally, when we designed that print, we contacted the Postmaster General here, Mrs. Glasgow, and we reached out to her and said, "Hey, we have this design here that we've done. Now we have taken an old stamp and we've kind of almost revitalized it and made it, we've slammed a whole bunch of really cool colors in there. We followed some of the color schemes when it comes to the national emblem, some of the fun, the stars and a little bit of the swishy with the water. But we don't want to put it out there unless if it breaks copyright, you can let us know and we'll just keep it as a design. But if you're happy with it, then we're happy to move forward and start putting it out there as a pop art Cayman themed design." And we got a reply almost the next day, and it was, "Yeah, we love it. We think it's great. Here's acknowledgement that we believe that you've done enough to change the image to then have it where you have revitalized and you brought it into the 20th century or 21st century." And I thought, wow, that's amazing. So so we really enjoyed that, and we loved that we had the approval. So it's one of the ones that it's definitely one of our fan favorites. I believe one of our larger ones is actually it's my friend James Geary that has. I think he's got the biggest one. So he does his music and has that as his background. So yeah, it's awesome. We love that a lot of people do enjoy the Cayman themed kind of pop art prints that we do make.
Well, it's very unique, and especially because you're upcycling. Sorry, I'm hearing the dragon as I speak. So
no worries. Well, it's funny because so with that one as a print, we've made a lot of prints off it, but Pam and I were actually talking the other day that we haven't made a recycled piece of it yet. So we've got a small version and a large version that we are planning to create, and then those are going to be the originals, whereas the rest are just going to be prints.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot of exciting plans, and we'll have to catch up more often then.
Yeah, definitely.
And give us the inside scoop. But I just want to say, I really admire you. Not only are you an amazingly talented individual, but you're also an amazing dad. You also make art out of things that would end up in the dump and make them really bad. I was going to say a bad word. Really great. And then, on top of that, you're very charitable. I know this from personal experience. When I was at NCVO, you were always getting pizza for the kids and doing so much stuff. So good on you.
No, we're a part of the community, and at the end of the day, the community has done so well for us. We want to do as much as we can. Now, the funny thing as well is we never planned on doing the recycled stuff. It was me and my wife, when we were on a honeymoon in Paris, we saw a show where someone had used, it was her husband, used to be a plasterer. He used to put wallpaper up on walls in Paris, and he would have all these extra cuttings at the end or extra rolls of wallpaper. And so when he brought it back, she would actually make it into these most amazing, beautiful portraits. And me and Pam said, you know what, I like that. I'd like to make a recycled artwork. And when we made the first one, which was my wife's portrait out of the Coca-Cola cans, it just spiraled out of control from there, because even till this day, I have people showing up. My day job is Cayman Electrical Supply. Every morning when I come here, I have to move all the boxes away from my front door just to get inside the building, because people come and drop off just to hope. Oh, Marco recycling. No, we're a little bit down. One of my friends, Alan from Al Kebab, just dropped off 3,000 CDs a couple of weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Don't know what I'm doing with them, but I'm very sure at one point it will be needed. So I love that that's kind of been something that we have kind of taken on. You know, we enjoy doing artwork. We love coming up with amazing concepts to try and figure out how we can do it or how we can attack certain things. Mila's she is involved at the moment, but she sorts the colors, because she's right into the colors at the moment. She hasn't got she hasn't got right into the scissors at the moment, and we're going to get, you know, she's 5, so we're going to kind of keep that all right. And like I say, she doesn't really do much with the glue, but she loves sorting the colors. One of her favorite ones is the stamps. We made an artwork out of stamps, and yeah, oh my god, she was there for hours just sorting them into colors, and I thought this is the best thing ever, because I mean, she was quiet and she just got on with it, which was great.
Yeah, and she's learning to discriminate her colors and be detail oriented. So
it works. It really does work, and it's like I said, we're very blessed. You know, we're able to do these things and enjoy them. So it's been a great journey, I'll tell you that.
yeah, and you do them as a family as well, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
Because your daughter will have lots of memories of every piece of work you guys
And
created.
we try and involve her in as many pieces as we can, because it's not, if it's not that, it's the iPad or the TV. So
Yeah.
when we feel like she's, you know, okay, you've had enough, let's try and do some, you know, kind of fun stuff. She loves, you know what the funny thing is, she loves Monopoly. So I've been collecting Monopoly boards because I want to do this a big fancy elaborate Monopoly artwork.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. Actually, I'll let you know what it is. I would like to put a whole bunch of Monopoly boards together, and I want to make a big artwork, but still have it accessible to still be a Monopoly board. So you can take it down off the wall and still be able to take little drawers out, and it'll have all the different pieces in it. But you put it up, and it's a really nice, fancy Monopoly art piece. But so what happens is my little girl loves to play Monopoly, but she cheats. And my wife will kill me for this, but she cheats, and it's like, you know, she'll count extras because she knows, okay, I need to get to this one here, and she'll count extra to get to it. But it's fun because, you know, she's 5 and she already knows her way around a Monopoly board. So yeah, it's cool. We you know, we have a good time.
Yeah, it sounds you guys have a very fun household.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Well, again, congrats for everything, and I look forward to going to check out your pieces in person. Will they be there beyond the 10th, or they're just there till Saturday?
So Silverside, we're actually working with them from now on to turn them into some sort of a pop-up gallery. It's almost like, so Full of Beans was the one that I used to do when I was first an up-and-coming artist, and I know, sadly, I don't think they do it much anymore. But so Silverside has been talking about that they want to have it where every 2 months they want to change out the artist and incorporate another artist. Same thing, they would like to do an opening night where, you know, they like to, you know, obviously show off the artist and have them there to talk about their art pieces. And then at the end of 2 months, they do like a closing ceremony or closing event where they, you know, congratulate the artist on their show and have everybody else back in there. And then once they come down, the next artist comes in, and same thing. All of a sudden, it's the over and over again. I loved it when it was at Philippines, and I signed up as many times as I possibly could. And it's a great way to get, you know, I know there's a lot of young, we do a lot of stuff with the schools. We go in there and talk with the schools and try and inspire the kids. And some of the artwork that we've seen just coming out of the schools, and these are kids that are just, you know, learning the basics, is amazing. So it's I'd love to see obviously more places do that, but this is a big part of the Cayman Art Week that's really promoting these type of things and actually putting it in the forefront. So our artwork will be at Silverside for another month, I believe, until we fill up the Silverside fills up their art sheet, and once they have them all in place and ready to go, they're going to do a big mine's comes up. I'm happy with that. You know what? I'm happy to be the filler for now until we start bringing it. Find a next couple of artists that want to really showcase their artwork. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that. I told him, I said, your list will be full within, you know, it'll be 2 or 3 years worth of people interested in putting their work on your walls. And then the bird right now, so the bird is staying up at the bird for I want to say another couple of weeks. The stuff that they did have on the walls before that was a lot of their kind of David Bowie kind of fun stuff and everything like that. So they're actually in the process of putting up new kind of fun, cool artwork. It's been up there for a while, so we're going to be helping them come up with some new kind of fun stuff to put up there. And so the artwork will be up for a couple more weeks, and if anybody does want to go to the bird and check out our recycled artwork, the food there is amazing. The people there are great.
And the music.
Exactly. And it's a great spot. It's an absolutely great spot. Yeah, Silverside is awesome as well. It's right above Eden Rock, across from the Uglin building. Like I say, same thing there. Great staff, great food. It's a great little spot on the edge of Georgetown. I know there's, like I said, there's not many people that stay in Georgetown, but obviously into the South Sound area, it's a great little spot just to nip in and you know, have fun and enjoy your Fridays and Saturdays.
Yep, and if people want to see the schedule, as always, we invite you to visit CaymanArtWeek.com, and the schedule is there, and you can see all the things. And there are quite a few exhibits that are going to continue beyond the 10th, so that is fun, so that we can continue.
Yeah, there's a bus tour tomorrow morning that's going to go up and see all the exhibits up in East End and Bontown and Savannah, and then I believe it comes back and goes into Industrial Park where and there's also the Artisan Metal. They do amazing stuff too. And I know obviously Ren's going to be the one that's hers is right next to the lighthouse. But her artwork's always been a big. I love it how she does very bright and colorful artwork, but it's also got that touch of abstract in there.
Yeah, so, with the lack of face.
Yeah, and it always has a little white dog, which I think is super cool.
Yeah.
So I strongly suggest anybody, if they haven't already signed up. I don't know if there's any spaces left. I know it was a big hit.
I think they got sold out, but I don't know if they're gonna do more. I would call. Email Cayman Art Week and
Cayman Art Week, and they'll let you know. And if not, they'll definitely be able to send you the link to where the different galleries are if you want to stop by. If you want to drive by yourself, yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm glad it's been. It seems to have been a success so far. And hopefully it just continues with great artsy events. It's fun to have these kinds of things besides the regular.
I like I said, I thought it was a great thought. I know Natalie played a large part in this, and obviously she was able to get the sponsors involved, and National Art Galleries. Like I said, they've always been one to really push and promote the artists here in the Cayman Islands, and it's an amazing thing. And I'm so thankful that they do that, especially having such a large number of artists here in the Cayman Islands. So great job. Absolutely loved it. Last night was great. Sadly, I never got to jump on the bus and go enjoy all of it. But I know my wife and I were on Saturday evening. We were planning on having a look at the list and trying to stop into the Kennedy Gallery. I know they had they had 18 artists that were displaying there last night.
Oh, wow.
The art collective, which is Kerwin, Monty, and Jim Gates, they're next. I believe they're the door after Obar in the Queen's Plaza. So they've got, I believe there's 10 artists in there, which, and obviously amazing different artists that showcasing in there as well. So it's an amazing thing to have, you know, so many different places all at one time. And Georgetown
Yeah.
tonight is just going to be, it's going to be crazy.
A collective of art and artists. So
Yeah.
nice energy.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
exactly.
Well, Mr. Lawrenson, we have been talking for almost an hour. I cannot believe
I
this.
know.
Yeah,
Feels like
time
15
just
minutes.
flies. I know. I was like, what? Yes. So me and my dragon microphone. I don't know where we're gonna go. But I just want to say thank you so much for your time and for all that you do and you've done, and anything that you want to show us or anything that's new and you want to come on and we can chat. I'd love to have you
Definitely.
because I know you always have cool stuff.
What I'd like to do is, I'd actually love it for Pam to be able to talk a little bit more, because, like I said, a lot of people give me the credit for a lot of these artworks.
Yeah.
And and what they don't understand is Pam, when it comes to doing artwork, is a much more creative artist than I am, but we work so well together. And by working so well together, we were able to come up with amazing concepts, and and be able to do it. But Pam's, her fine art puts my artwork to shame. So I would love it for you to, yeah, I'd love for you to pick her brain, because I know she'd probably have different views and different things to say about her artwork than I normally leave out.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to have her on. So she is definitely invited. Open invitation. Love to have her on, or can have both of you. Either way. But yeah, hopefully we will continue to have art conversations, beyond Art Week, and just regularly catch up with different artists and see what they're up to and keep them in the limelight in some way. So,
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, you have a fantastic Friday.
Yeah,
and
you
maybe
too.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, please do. So, like I say, Silverside is going to be 5 till 8, I believe. But then the after party is going to be at Ali Banks's gallery as well as Carlos's gallery.
In town, yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I think it's definitely going to be a great night tonight.
Yeah, awesome. So all those people that are in Prospect and Savannah, they don't have to drive so far. Just trying to. But yeah, so enjoy the rest of your week and your events, and hopefully you get to sell some stuff too, because I know that that's one of the points of this, is to generate some revenue. So
yeah, it's to get people, especially collecting local artwork as well. It's a great opportunity to do it. We made some sales last night, which was great. We didn't expect it. Yeah, so I was like, wow, that's kind of fun. But yeah, no, it's been great. Thank you so much for having me on. And I hope to see you tonight at Silverside.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right,
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you.